Hello all, and welcome back to Geek, Feng, Shui. I'm your host and Game Master, Bob Sellers Jr. And in this video, we're going to explore Discovery Mode of Assassin's Creed Origins. I believe this is the first Assassin's Creed that implemented it. It was carried over the next two into Odyssey and into Valhalla, and offers the ability of the player to explore the world. So if, for example, you had someone, a child that wants to just run around, you can't get killed, you can't kill things. And if you're a student in history and want to explore, many teachers ask, or professors, instructors, what have you, asked for this option because of the extent that they went into creating all of the locations and whatnot in the game. So I'm just going to do a general walkthrough of this one. Eventually I'll do Odyssey and then Valhalla for you to see. It's worthwhile. We're going on a trip next year and to Greece and Italy, and my wife wanted to check it out, so we bought a game for her, and she had it on and off, has played it and likes it, enjoys it. I'd like to shout out to Chaotic Good Brewing here in Casson. A great place to bring your family and enjoy the fun of food trucks. They have events such as Trivia Night, Dungeons and Dragons, all kinds of different options for your family to entertain themselves. Check out breweries near you, and no, I'm not paid or recompensed in any way for bringing them up. It's just out of sheer goodwill. So when you come into here, you have to buy the full game to get Discovery Mode. So there is that. When you come in, it's Discovery Tour, I guess is what I call it, Discovery Mode. You can do everything a tourist wants to do and not get arrested. You can climb statues, you can get to a pyramid, you can climb up the pyramid. Gives you hints on how to move your character. And you can go and look at where you are in relation to everything else. So you have all the flight points. So let's say Origins of the Pyramid. Go to the pyramids. And voila, you're at the pyramid, and you can go over and there's a tour you can take, learning about the monuments in Gaza. Otherwise, you can do your own. Not sure if you can actually get to the pyramid itself. Kind of cool if you could. I'll play this in the middle of winter so you feel warm from being in the stands. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic. There was a lot of places in the sand you go to. World of Warcraft had some, but alright, we'll see if we can climb here without getting tossed back. Sometimes they don't let you go. Going across the desert, the tourist hasn't wanted to go. You can climb. Wouldn't recommend trying this in real life. They get kind of frisky about tourists doing this. And you have to really know what you're doing. And you have to figure out how to get up to the top. And it becomes kind of a game in and of itself to see if you have the wherewithal. And yes, if you have a fear of heights like I do, it's like, but this time you're like, I think I'm just going to go somewhere else. These pyramids are not short. But you can see how they have the ability to climb because they put these hand grips in proper places. You just gotta remember where you're going here. And hope that you land and don't fall all the way down. So if you ever want to wonder what it's like, and again, yeah, you're way above. I don't think your character dies if you fall, but we're not going to do that for this video. Oh, it'd be a shame to know what it's like on top of a pyramid. You can take a picture. And this is what it's like to be on top of a pyramid, theoretically. You have your Assassin's Creed bird. Now let's see what happens if you decide to do a Harry-Carry move. You can ski down the pyramid. It doesn't know that you want to do it. The game goes to great lengths, so you can't really kill yourself as much as you may try. Not that I recommend trying to do yourself in on a pyramid, but you can see how in the game you can't kill yourself. So if we go back out to the map here, let's see, we'll try the River Nile. So unlike the game when you're playing, you have to get all these, I call them flight points, somebody might call them waypoints. You can go and you get all of them, and if you want to go take a ship on the Nile, they have tours again here. Or if you just want to go get a ship and mount the boat, so to speak, you can go in and tour it yourself. Who hasn't wanted to just jump on a boat and go up the river now? It's a beautiful day. You can see the effort the artists went into to give you an in-depth look at what it's like to be in the world of Origins. The game itself is fun, but the discovery mode just kind of gives you an option to explore and see what there is to see on your own. If you want to jump in the water, you can swim along and say, hey, is there something in the water I want to look at? And there's no air, so in the discovery mode, you're not going to drown. In the game, you probably would. By the way, so if you're enjoying this, please hit subscribe. It helps the channel. If you like the videos. You can swim. Now let's say you want to go, I don't want to go off and dry out, but I want to go see let's see how far out they go. kind of get the idea that you can go all around and run around, do everything you can in the game, except nobody's trying to kill you. You're not trying to kill anybody, and you can have fun doing things that might otherwise get you arrested and escorted out of the country. They give you a lot of trivia about the country. Now, this is an example of what's called the leap of faith. This is a synchronized, this is in the game where you discover the flight point. This is the view you get, kind of panoramic. In Discovery, you don't have to find them, you already have them. This is called the leap of faith. Anywhere where there's leaves, hay, or whatnot, you can jump down and run around. And you can go exploring to your heart's content. And if you want to climb the statue or try, no one's going to yell at you, no guards are going to come out. If you can jump, it doesn't automatically let you jump. We'll go over and do that over here. Again, if you can jump. And again, you get a nice view of the world which Origins is set in, whether or not you play the game. Let's say you jump all the way down and you get that fear of heights. Your character isn't in the game. Your character would probably be dead. I will give you that, but you learn to roll and take damage. You can jump from different things, and let's try one more world spot here if we can. What is this one? Oh, that's fine. Fount of Ancient Egypt. Well, there's waypoints and there's tours. You can jump to each of these. And you can see on here with the left and right, on, at least on the controller I use, they give you little stories. And you see another tour. When you mark things on the map, you see the marks there. So if you were to go over here and say, okay, I'm going to take a tour. We'll take a tour since it's 3 minutes.
Welcome to Fauna of Ancient Egypt.
It gives you a nice little trail to go to each one.
Both domesticated and wild animals were features in ancient Egyptian bas-reliefs as early as the First Dynasty. While the variety of wildlife served as a reliable food source, it also influenced both culture and mythology.
And that's it for that little one. You go to each of these stations in turn, and you can complete the... If you decide you want to drop out, you can.
Egypt's terrain allowed for a diverse range of animals, including panthers, rhinoceroses, elephants, and many variations of antelopes.
So this is a kind of a neat thing where if you want to learn, or if you're studying Egypt, and granted this is not today, this is back in time, but they use the game to give you an insight.
The Nile was home to many species of fish, along with hippopotami and crocodiles.
Now in the game, you probably get eaten by a crocodile. Hey. But here they just look at you going, tourist. And yes, when you go through the water, sometimes it's deep enough, you start swimming, you can die.
The wide variety of birds that populated the riverbanks, from raptors and waterfowl to songbirds, were all cataloged within Egyptian hieroglyphic signs. Encounters with reptiles and insects, such as cobras, scorpions, and scarabs, influenced hieroglyphs and art.
So you're getting a tour of an area that they wouldn't probably take you out to because of the danger of the wildlife in a game where you cannot be killed or kill other things. At least in discovery mode. In playing the game, obviously you can and often do. They also have good leather, as well as meat, other things, unless you're a vegan, but even then your character can get the meat and sell it. He or she doesn't eat it.
While all animals had sacred meanings, lions in particular represented power and royalty to ancient Egyptians. They were so prized by pharaohs that they were hunted to extinction within Egypt.
And you're completed. So if you go to that, you can pick these different tours that you want. Or you can go to the map, as we've been doing. And you can pick. Let's go to Alexandria. Again, you could go on for hours in just discovery mode without even playing the game. And they take time and show how back then things happen as they are today. There's people that get upset about changes. And you're in ancient Alexandria. You could start a tour if you wanted to. Or you could go down and steal a boat. Or climb up on a boat. There's things you can do in the game that in this discovery mode that you wouldn't want to do in the game, or real life for that matter. I'm not saying anyone should try, but you have it in your system to do it. This is the place to do it, not real life. You can dive. Oftentimes when you're out running bad guys, the best place to do is underwater. As you swim around the docks to get away from them as they're shooting at you. Obviously not discovery mode. We'll try one more. So you can see going to a Roman fort. Again, please consider subscribing if you don't want to see all the videos I put out when they come out. Set the bell accordingly. It's much appreciated if you subscribe. So if you want to see Roman fort, you can do it as part of a tour and do it on your own. Guards won't try to kill you in discovery mode, like they will in the game, trust me. You can literally run amok. I mean, the idea that a kid might do this and then go on a tour and do it is there. Well, there's a possibility, but anything is possible. You have tigers. You can unlock the door. I don't even think they kill the guards. In the game, you do that to distract the guards because they're more intent with the lion than they are with you, if you're lucky. And that is a fort. You can go along and do the rope tricks you do in the game. Or you can jump out and escape as if they're chasing you. In the game, a lot of the stuff I'm doing I wouldn't recommend unless your character is well skilled at landing, which you do learn the skill somewhat, so you can take a fairly decent drop and survive it. But most any surface in the games is climbable to one extent or another, so you can get a kind of an idea of the open world that these games can bring to you and how Discovery Mode can open that world to you or your family if you want to take a look at it. And you can see on the map how big of a world it is, whether you want to go, I don't know how far down. Oh, it does go way down. Let's pick one of these. We did the domesticated animals, didn't we? We did animals anyway. We'll go to Memphis. And the game obviously will keep you busy for many, many hours playing it. You can cycle through the hints found. So again, you've already synchronized here. You have it. This is what you see when you synchronize. It gives you an idea of the immense open world that you're playing in. You can jump to the ships. You want to go out over here. You jump in the water. You want to go down and look at it, boats underneath. Or if you want to climb up on a boat. In the game, the guards might be a little annoyed if you do this. But you're in discovery mode, so you can pretty much go and get it out of your system if you want to go around and look at these different things. And that is discovery mode from Assassin's Creed Origins. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe and like and follow along. And set your bell accordingly. And if you decide you want to go and play the game, you just come out of here, go explore it, or go to the main menu. This is where you can pick to go back into discovery mode or actually go play the game. I plan to do some gameplay in future videos of the game itself to show you what you have to start out with. But that is it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and again, a shout out to my friends at Gallic Good Brewing here in Casson, and other breweries of like that you can find in your own area nearby without doubt. It's a growing industry, and you try to aim towards a family side of things. At least in our case, and most of the ones I've seen are designed to draw people in to do events such as trivia night. They also do yoga. I don't do yoga. I'm not sure if people do yoga while drinking beer or if they just do yoga until they get the thirst for beer. Anyway, they have Dungeons and Dragon nights and all kinds of food truck ideas and food and non-alcoholic drinks as far as milk and water and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to call it a video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like it, and please subscribe.